Yo, what's y'all? Name's Pam, and today we are back with drawing your art in my style. And this time, it's Pokemon, because why not? Pokemon's fun, everyone knows what it is, and it's totally relatable, right? Okay, the first drawing that I'm doing here is of a fusion between Markiplier and Charizard. The original drawing is done by Mysterio My Dear, and I just thought the concept was absolutely adorbs. I loved it, and I needed to make my own version of it. The first thing here that you're going to see throughout the sketch is that I'm making the proportions more like dog slash human-esque, because I was looking up references of Charizard, and he's just like a giant potato stomach. I don't understand how he flies around at all. His wings are cool, neck's nice, I don't mind the giraffe neck, but the tiny arms and the humongous stomach he's got going on. You think something that is so muscular and fights every single day wouldn't be as fat, but you'd be mistaken. It's just, that proportion was so strange to me, and I couldn't make it look cute. I mean, Charizard's supposed to be like this scary dragon that can kill anything in a second, so I try to like figure out my own proportions and make it more like, I mean, it's a fusion between a human and a Pokemon, so like maybe the proportions would change a little bit to accommodate that. And during the line art, you're gonna see how terrible I am. Maybe not because of how fast it's going. I'm just like, I make it so fast so you can't even tell all the mistakes I'm doing until it's finally done. But my line art, oh boy, I never do big line art. As I keep saying and complaining about myself, is that I don't do very big drawings, especially full body drawings. So having to do those big lines while not using my whole arm but just using my wrist, because I have a terrible habit and I used to stop doing that. But it was a little tricky, but I think I got lines smooth enough where it wouldn't be too much a problem. Then I went straight on to the Coloruni. I took a little bit to mix the orange. I feel like the first time it was too diluted, and at first I thought even the camera couldn't see it, but now that I'm looking back at it, you did, but it didn't look good. So I wanted to fix it and make it a little more orange, but also a little more yellow too. And if you couldn't tell, I'm a complete novice when it comes to color mixturing. Up until like 2 videos ago, I was just using colors straight out of the bottle or straight out of the palette, I guess. And it's like, that orange in there is so red, and that red in there is like really dark purpley brown grossness. So I just want to like help the colors and be like, hey, marry each other and become a better color. And that's what I did. That wing, I kind of realized in the reference that he has like these like sections, and that's separated from an orange like bone, I guess, but I didn't do that, so we went with the dark blue line instead. And with the flannel, I decided to outline it with gray and then try to figure out how I do the stripes later, because the reference that Mysterio My Dear uses is like shows a very detailed flannel. Like it's Mark's flannel, but it's still like, it's got some weird lines to it. It's not your traditional flannel, you know? I go off to do some shading and mix some orange with some brown, and then you got yourself a nice color that's not black or gray, because you don't want to shade your artwork gray. That makes it boring, and trying to do less of that. I mainly shade with red, but that wasn't going to work with this drawing in particular, and I decided to do just some speckles because I figured that would look better. And here I am going in with this these 2 red liners for these stripes. I think it turned out pretty nice. At the beginning I was like, this is going to be really bad. I'm just going to screw up the drawing right away. But no, I was trying to figure out the perspective more as I went on. And I think I kind of made that possible with like expanding the lines as it went across the shoulders. Because as small as Charizard's arms are, they are very muscular. So I wanted to just like bring that definition in. And I think that turned out quite nice. And then I also used the smaller fine liner, and I think that turned out really good too. I just loved those little tiny squares that it made. And I tried adding some shading to the arm, and it just failed miserably. That those markers were water soluble. They got destroyed very quickly. And just a little flame there. I don't hate it, but at the same time, it's like I wish it was darker, you know. But I never did fire before. I was like, yeah, it looks like fire, so I'm just gonna keep it. And then finally, I just do some grass on the bottom. I figured it was weird that he was just like floating in space. So he's gonna be floating on a green blob with some darker green accents to symbolize tufts of grass. But overall, I really like this. It's a nice warm-up to the following drawing, and I just like it so much, personally. So going on with the second drawing, the original was by Snacktail the Cat. That's both their amino name and their YouTube name, which that will be in the description if you want to check that out. It was mainly the first piece that inspired me to do this video, where it's Wilfred Warfstache being a Pokemon trainer with oh gosh, I can't remember the Pokemon names. It's Maywell, and it's not Mareep, because Mareep is the electric sheep Pokemon. It's like something else. I'm sorry. I'll probably just put on the screen and say how much of an idiot I am, because that is me. I originally start off with Wolford because I typically do human characters, so I thought get the thing that I know how to do out of the way. Those little lines there, I very poorly tried to attempt doing a background or a battlefield. I looked up some like battle places, because the original location of the first drawing made by Snacktail the Cat is a little wonky. It's like there's lamps, and it didn't look right. So I wanted to try and do like an actual battlefield. And then this first Pokemon here, Maywell. Oh boy, the character is so like creepy. It was really hard making her look cuter, and I struggled with that. But as you can see, I had my phone as a reference trying to be like, how can I make this face more adorable? But I don't really know if I succeeded. I think I ended up erasing it a couple more times and before giving up. And then this sheep, I'm sorry, I don't know your name. I'm very cruel. Or already giving me an angry face on that. But yeah, that was just so much easier. I love drawing that so much. It was so adorable. And its little angry face, I felt like it's like one of the weaker Pokemon, but people still love it anyway. And so I decided to like give it an angry face where Maywell's like, yeah, I'm just enjoying life. About to faint some other Pokemon over here, but I'm fine. I'm enjoying life. And the line art, it was a lot easier than the Charizard one, because there's a lot more smaller fragments, which I'm used to doing. And I don't think I really messed anything up, thank goodness. That's very rare that I don't mess up line art. I think I did just like a little smudging on Maywell's face, where it was like a little bigger on one side than the other. And then yeah, I did have to bring the paper a little closer, because that's those smaller details I couldn't do from farther away. And once it was erased, all those pencil marks that were my mistakes are gone. It was off to coloring we went. I originally started with like watering the whole part. I was doing like the ground bit, so I went first with a layer of like yellowish, brownish, and then I kept going over it, like wiping it with this orange and brown mixture. I did it a couple times because the reference picture that I had like a tannish, crumbly ground. Oh my goodness. It's a crumbly ground, and it has really nice like brown rocky bits, and I was trying to do that, but you know, it's so bad. I tried fixing it later, but I'm still so bad at backgrounds. I mean, you can see I just did plain gray above that, and I'm just eternally screaming from how bad that is. I always think in my mind that it's gonna be so much better, but it's not really. So I just kind of regret that. Then really like the coloring I do on the two Pokemon. It's like a mixture of brown and purple, and it's just like such a rich color than black. That would have made it look boring, like I said earlier with Charizard's shading. I like it so much better, and it's such a nice color to look at, and oh, I'm sorry, I'm just so happy that I did that. And I just went to town on that darker color for Wilford's hair and shoes. I tried emulating those shoes that Mark wears when he's in Team Electric, but I don't really know if I succeeded in that. And I originally tried to do the shading first for Will's skin, but it pretty much just fades away after I put his skin tone on. But then I do the shorts. I figured the shorts would be better than his regular, like, khaki pants, because he's a Pokemon trainer, trying to be the very best that ever was, and was able to show off his sick leg hair and his humongous, like, bobbed socks. And then I just go over a little bit more with shading. I try making the sheep more voluptuous in color, because he's a white Pokemon, but that doesn't mean that he has to be painted only white. I'm much more happy with it than it being just white. I just go over the finishing details, like putting the red on the Pokeball, like that. I actually had to look up which side of the Pokeball the red was on. I'm just the best at Pokemon, am I right, lads? No, I'm not, but I still made this video anyway. And it's gonna be over soon, because both of the drawings are done. I really hope that you enjoyed this video so much, because I enjoyed making it, and you should enjoy watching it, and it was a fun time. So if you liked it, let me know. Give me comments. I really appreciate everything that you guys tell me, even though people don't tell me anything. But that's okay, because I love you guys no matter what, okay? Okay, this video is going to be over now, so bye!